account with our Friday, July 17th edition of News in Depth. First up, contractor shot dead on Durban Street. More in this report.
There are reports that the man was shot multiple times about his body at his work site on Durban Street. The dead man was identified as Dave Primsuk of Luziknan East Coast, Demerara, a father of 3 children. According to a police report, their inquiries disclosed that the victim was at a construction site on Durban Street in the company of several of his workers when an armed male approached and discharged several rounds in his direction, causing him to receive injuries to his head and back. The incident occurred just around 5:30 on Thursday afternoon. The man was picked up in an unconscious state by workers and public-spirited citizens and rushed to the Georgian Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. A police source told this newscast that the lawmen have since arrested a businessman for questioning in connection with the man's murder. On the scene last night, the lawmen were working feverishly to get all the clues needed to build their case. Residents in the area said they heard multiple gunshots. The motive for the shooting is unclear at this time. The police say they are making stringent efforts to apprehend the perpetrator.
More news after this break.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient.
You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile.
Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Corona, corona, corona. We now want this virus come from here.
Hey Guyana, this is your village boy Terry G, the Guyana Babu, humbly appealing to everyone to please practice social distancing. And remember, you can keep your loved ones safe from this virus by washing your hands proper good with clean water and soap to stop the spread of germs. Ensure you lather well for 10 to 15 seconds, not forgetting your fingertips, fingernails, and back of the hands. If you don't have water, you may use a hand sanitizer. This COVID-19 is no joke. It is overmarked dangerous. And remember, make sure you sanitize all over. We have to get rid of corona. Terry G says so. Love you all.
For further information, check our website www.health.gov.gy or visit the ministry's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter page.
Shh! It's your new secret. The all-in-one weapon for perfecting imperfections and capturing flawless skin. A lot of brands forget women of color or just don't understand that we come in all shades. From caramel to ebony, there's such a range. Iman Cosmetics is for every woman and features a line of skincare products and cosmetics including 16 foundation shades, powder, concealer, lipstick, blush, eyeshadow, highlighter, and BB cream. Visit us at Lot 75, Swamp Section, Rosal Town. That's behind the market. Or call 337-4422 or 688-9249. Shh.
Welcome back. Quarantine family living in a dilapidated house desperately needs help. Let's take a look. Life has been challenging for Molson Creek Quarantine Burbies family and will only become worse if urgent help is not provided. Shirley Arjun and her family have been living in this dilapidated house for many years, which came crashing down recently. To compound her problems, the woman is the sole breadwinner for her family since her husband is sick and unable to work. She has 4 children. The youngest is 14 and he lives with her, and her daughter got married to escape poverty.
Really punish. They punish bad and I really need for a little help.
The only way she's able to provide for her family is through domestic work, yet still it's a challenge to keep food on her table. Her eldest son does his best to help her, but her main concern is to rebuild their house since it's in a terrible state.
I need for a little help with my house fall down there and I need for a little help. We can get one little help to make my house. Get one little assistance and the government doing nice. Also on my poor, I'm not rich. So me there, I try for a little house.
To make ends meet, her 14-year-old son has been forced out of school and works on a cattle farm to help his parents financially. Rosie Mohammed, who have been providing humanitarian service across the country, has stepped up to the plate and is in process of helping the family to rebuild their home.
We are in the process of rebuilding our home. We want to start tomorrow. We're already clearing the spot to rebuild the home, and we're asking the public for a donation. Anything small will go a long way because Auntie Shirley really needs some help right now. If anybody could donate any house appliance, you could contact me on Facebook, Rosie Mohammed, or you could contact Auntie Shirley. We're gonna provide a phone number for you to call Auntie Shirley, and anything you have to donate, Auntie Shirley is gonna be very grateful for it.
The place has none of the basic necessities, and she said when it rains, it's a struggle for the family.
Auntie Shirley punished for the past 15 years. She's been living here and she need a comfortable home, and she need to be comfortable because she's an elderly person, and for her to live in this condition, especially in the rainy season when the place is flood and Auntie Shirley can't even come out. If she come out to cook, she have to come out in the mud and the home sink already. And due to COVID, Auntie Shirley is not getting any work, so it's very, very hard for her.
Anyone out there who's desirous of helping the family can make contact with Rosie on telephone number 670-6908 or Mistress Arjun on telephone number 627-8892. Persons desirous of helping Rosie's organization can donate to her PayPal account as well. Melissa Khan, using Deb.
In light of the coronavirus disease 2019, here are 7 steps to prevent the virus. Step 1. Wash your hands frequently. Step 2. Avoid touching your eyes, mouth, and nose. Step 3. Cover your cough with the bend of your elbow or tissue. Step 4. Avoid crowded places. Step 5. Stay at home if you feel unwell, even with a slight fever and cough. Step 6. If you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical care early, but call by phone first. 624-2819 or 624-9355. Step 7. Stay aware of the latest information from WHO. You can visit our website at www.health.gov.gy.
This is what shopping used to be. More plastic bags than I could carry or I could use. They always end up in the bin or as unsightly litter. Then it hit me. Get just one reusable bag. Now whenever I shop, I don't use plastic bags. I always have my reusable bag. It makes shopping a lot easier and it's better for the environment.
Use one less disposable plastic bag. Make the switch to a reusable bag today. For more information, please call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
And before we go, U.S. to inform government officials on who will face visa revocations. More in this report.
United States Ambassador to Guyana Sarah Ann Lynch said its Consular Affairs section will inform those Guyanese who will face visa restrictions. She was speaking during a virtual press conference this morning. On Wednesday, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo announced visa restrictions for individuals responsible for or complicit in undermining democracy in Guyana. He was referencing the ongoing general and regional elections. Pompeo also called on President David Grinder to step aside, despite the elections are still ongoing. Ambassador Lynch could not say how many persons and their families will be affected by the restrictions.
The visa restrictions took place immediately. Your second question, people will be informed when they apply for a visa, or if they already have one and they plan to travel to the U.S. They will be informed that their visa has been revoked. In terms of the timing of this, the Secretary of State has been for several weeks talking about the serious consequences that would be undertaken by the United States should democracy continue to be undermined here. And so there is nothing coincidental about the date by which he made this statement. Per U.S. law, we are not able to talk about the individuals, so we're not able to name names, and I'm not going to get into numbers. We reserve the right to review any actions that are occurring in Guyana at this time, and we will review various cases and actions and make determinations as necessary going forward.
Ambassador Lynch pointed to the CCJ's ruling, which indicated that the national vote recount must be used to declare the results. However, paragraph 52 of the same CCJ judgment states that Order 60 is in tension with the Constitution of Guyana and could not create a new electoral regime. Lynch said Guyanese have exercised their civic right and they deserve to be heard.
But due to continued electoral improprieties, the people have not been heard after 19 long weeks. As such, the Secretary of State announced visa restrictions on individuals that have been responsible for or complicit in undermining democracy in Guyana. Immediate family members of such persons may also be subject to these restrictions. We are not alone in our conclusions here. Over 130 nations, as I mentioned, through comments and statements from the OAS, the Commonwealth, the European Union, the Caribbean members of CARICOM, as well as bilateral statements from the Western Hemisphere, from Europe, from Africa, from Asia, have all come to the same conclusion, that this national vote recount is the count that needs to be used in order to make sure that the will of the Guyanese people stands.
Tomorrow, arguments will be heard in the case brought by Messenger Jones against GCOM over the declaration of the March 2nd general and regional election results. GCOM Chair Justice Claudette Singh is requesting that the Chief Elections Officer Keith Lowenfield submit his report based on the results from the national vote recount.
And that has brought us to the end of our news for tonight. For these and other stories, visit our website at rdproductiongy.com or our Facebook and Instagram page at Royston Drake's Production. On behalf of our news team, thank you for joining us, and join us again on Monday for more news. Good night.